Hello guys, welcome back to the crew. Racing Pedigree, that's the name of the new qualifier which started a couple of hours ago. I quickly took a look around and we will start with the skill test, I'm assuming. Precision skill test, I used the Ducati Diavel in circuit spec. We are on the snowy and icy roads in the Salt Lake City area for most of this summit qualifier. Third place at that moment when I was recording. Precision skill test. The speed skill test, I used the same bike because, as I said, snowy and icy roads, the DFL has kind of a wide back rear tire, so it kind of works there. This is a speed skill test, so you need to stay within the white lines on the outside, which is kind of tricky on these roads, especially with the sliding bikes. At the time when I was recording, this was good enough for 7th spot. Escape till sorta also like a speed skill test, with the only difference that you do not need to stay within the white lines of the road, so you can hit walls and stuff like that. I'm using a drag car here, the RT35 rough, that is. So when I play with the keyboard, it's not that easy to control, and to take corners like this I sort of have to tap the handbrake. And that last jump there, you sort of crash. You always sort of pull to the right side, so I think you need to stay a bit more to the left there to score more points. Controller player scoring 17,600, so easier to control the cars. Track is quarter mile or something, or half mile track on the Bonneville Salt Lakes, but you cannot use every car, so I have done this in a solo run. Not sure if you can use the Mustang, but you cannot use the CTR3, so I'm using the RT35 here as well. But as always, faster times will come if you use a crew here. And some people are using the clutch bug or whatever it is, which is still not fixed, and it's for Asians. It's about time they start fixing things in this game, especially with Forza Horizon 3 being released in September. And it seems to go, it also comes to PC. And it seems to be something similar like the crew. You can play a co-op with 4 people. It's an open world game. The map is Australia. So, if the requirements for PC are not too high, a lot of people are gonna jump into that game. Because this is full of bugs, which did not fix. Like for the drag, it's always the same. Top times are set by people using the clutch bug. Not sure how it works, but something to do with the clutch giving you like a second faster time. And I know the game is called The Crew, but some of these things really need to change. A drag is should be a solo run, not a crew thing. Speed trap should be solo, seeing we already have a crew speed trap, and so on. If they're not gonna come with upgrades and updates for this game anymore, at least they can fix whatever they have here. Also, making leaderboards cross-platform would sort of revive the game, because then you get more competition. Now it's always the same people on the top of the leaderboards. About 3,000 players for a qualifier on PC, about 7,000 for an actual summit, while I hear that the numbers for PS4 are like a couple 10,000 players, and on Xbox One the game is as good as that. They're giving it for free there now. What's next? Well, we'll do the speed trap. I've done a solo run. Also here cars are kind of limited. If I'm not mistaken, best performance spec normally is the Huayra, also the highest top speed, but it's not in the list. So they have taken some of the cars out, like the Huayra LaFerrari, which means you have to go, if you play in a crew, with the McLaren F1 if you have that. If you do a solo run, I would just go for the Lotus Exige. The McLaren has a bit higher top speed, so if you McLaren F1 that is, if you do this with a crew, the McLaren F1 will be the way to go, seeing you cannot use LaFerrari and the Huayra. Maybe Ferrari 458. Tested a few cars, and for a solo run the Exige seems to be the best, or at least the one with the highest top speed. I'm going the same route because this is a known track. I'm going the same route as we used to go, but I'm still not convinced about this part here. We do number 4 and then we go to number 5, which means you can only use a nitro bar at one of them. So I am trying to figure out a route where you can do those 2 checkpoints with a full nitro bar, giving you higher speeds. And I think it is possible. Over here I don't think you can change much. You have to go for number 3 here, number 1 with a full nitro bar. Then you go to the right, you turn around for number 3. Meanwhile the nitro bar refills, so that's kinda okay. 1, 2, 3, that's okay. And then you finish on 2, so that's also okay, you get a full nitro bar there. But the problem is the beginning there. 4 and 5 are in the same lane, and maybe you have to go 4, 2 and then go to 1, 3 and then go to 5 this way. Maybe that might work. The idea is to have a full nitro bar for each checkpoint, which is not the case now, seeing 4 and 5 are close to each other, going the way we did. Or going this way, keep on driving and then turn around and go back for number 4. Might also be an option. So I still have 15 seconds left here. Then you can save your nitro bar for number 5 at the start. I might give that a go. Um, 37th spot, but as you can see, 365 kilometers, while the top times are 420, so you have to do this with the crew. As long as they do not lock crews for this thing, then you have to do it with the crew. So it's not a speed trap, it's actually a crew speed trap, if you want to have a top spot. Drag we have seen, the escape skill test that we also have seen. Monster Arena, limited to the Skyline and the 370Z, I believe. Only those 2 cars can be used, which is a bit of a problem. I will tell you why. Normally in this arena we use the Abarth for the simple reason that's the only car that easily can do the jump towards the 5,000 points and land it, giving you triple points there, so you get 15,000. The only other car that can also do it is the Skyline, so in that way it is okay, but it's not as easy as with the Abarth, so it is a problem. And I don't think I've set a score here, but I don't think I get to 15,000 though, because if I'm not mistaken I land just in front of it. Here it's all about this turn. If you can get enough speed here, you can reach 5,000, but I think this run, yeah, I just land in front of it. And I get the point before I hit 5,000. I get a triple landing, but not including the 5,000. That's a bit of a problem. Good landing here instead of perfect, so I already lose 2,500 points here as well. Then this should be a 7,200, which it is. Everything goes okay. Good landing here, lose 900 points. Here I completely missed the 1,000. Which means I have to adapt my run. I have to come back to that half pipe. Here I jump over the 500, so I only get 5,700 instead of 7,200. This is a first scoring, but you can score over 80,000. And with the abort, if everything goes right, you can score 94,000 in this arena. Normally I go to the half pipe 1000 there, but I have to change my route here, seeing I have left 1000 here the first time. And again, only good landing. Normally that should be perfect landing, go up for 500 there, giving extra points. Yeah, I'm just looking for points because normally this is not the route that I take. So I score 70,000. But you can score 90,000 or more in this arena with the abort. I do not know with the Skyline. You can hit the 15,000 on the 5,000 points in this arena with the Skyline, but you have to make many tries. With the abort you land on top of it each time, but not with the Skyline. But it can land on there. All the other cars cannot. Speed trap, we have seen that. I do not have a crew speed trap yet because I haven't been in a crew yet in this qualifier. That will be something for tonight. And then I will also do the speed trap with the crew. I will post those videos in a sort of second video. Drift. It's kind of a known track. The only thing is you do it in the reverse than we did it the last time. For some reason it's kinda an easy track. I don't know why, but you can use most of the drift cars, if not all. And I know a lot of people using the M5. But I'm starting to like the RX-7 more and more. Just it's a smaller car, I play with a keyboard, it's easier to handle than the heavy M5. And easy to handle, by that I mean easier to flick it around. And it's not only it's only at 1258 at this moment. This was only my second run on this track, and I managed to get the multiplier at times 99, which I did not manage to do on the previous qualifier with those white Italian cars. But I'm sure once the controller players show up, you will see scores of 300, 400,000 plus. Brand time attack, also on the snowy section. Mercedes SL 63 AMG. a sliding car as it is, and then in that area it's just ridiculous. You're sliding, basically spinning wheels throughout the whole track. So you will hear me play around with the throttle, because downside of a keyboard it's either no power or full power, so I sort of have to play around with the throttle. Hairpin here, so we're gonna cut that. And towards the end there is some sort of U-turn which I'm attempting to cut as well, although it doesn't go that well in this run, but this is a first look video, so I had to upgrade this car. I put it full speed, but might have to go full grip here, I don't know. I have every single car in the game, but they are not all at $12.99, so seeing we had to use this. The Mercedes in general are sliding all over the place, so that's one of those brands that I haven't upgraded yet. I do have them all, but had to go to the tuners first to do this run. You have a bit of grip if you drive in the middle of the road, but on the side you can see some water there, probably melted snow. But also here you go wide. It's a simple, easy turn, but you go wide because it's sort of sliding all over the place. The car is already sliding of its own, and then on a track like this, with snow and ice, even more. Also here, big U-turn, so best to cut it, but avoid the trees, I guess, which I did not do here. Maybe you can use back on track here or there, I don't know, haven't tried that yet. Just done a run or 2-3 and came up with a time of, not even sure, 2:15 or something. Top times are 2:04 at the moment when I was recording. Probably go under 2 minutes or something, or close to 2 minutes by the end of Sunday night. And obviously you can ignore the cheater on top of the leaderboard with a time of 1:06. It's the same guy who was first in the hill climb in the last qualifier. The guy was flying all over the place in his monster abort. Was more of an airplane than anything else. Which brings us back to Forza Horizon 3. With that game coming up, it should be competition for this game, which means hello Ubisoft, wake up and fix things like this. Idiots like this I mean, people, there are top drivers here doing 2 minutes, 2 minutes 5, and then you have some idiot showing up doing a time of 1:06. Those idiots are just making a laugh with the devs. I mean, 1 minute faster. How difficult can it be to ban those idiots, revoke their game key, and then it's done. That was sort of the first look and score video for the new qualifier called Racing Pedigree. I will see you guys in the next one, and bye for now.